unresponsive touchscreens, broken fingerprint readers, and even inexplicable battery drops are just the starting point so far as Pixel 6 issues go. Fortunately, Google was quick to release updates to remove these bugs. But have the updates fixed the Pixel 6 issues so far? After several updates, this video breaks the silence on the Pixel 6 bugs and where they stand now. About Pixel 6. To begin, Google released the Pixel 6 on October 10, 2021. While the Pixel 6 had a 6.4-inch touch display, the Pixel 6 Pro had a 6.7-inch. Additionally, the Pixel 6 has a screen resolution of 1080 by 2400 pixels with a pixel density of 411 pixels per inch (ppi), while the Pixel 6 Pro has a 3120 by 1440 resolution and 512 pixels per inch. Contrary to Google's promises of satisfaction from the use of their impressive hardware, buyers have been greatly disappointed by the overwhelming number of Pixel 6 problems. The most anticipated hardware of the Pixel 6 was the Google Tensor chipset, which we covered in detail in our Pixel 6 versus Galaxy S21 Ultra video. Bugs. In addition, when Google released their newest devices, they were expecting minor to no Pixel 6 bugs. Although there's no doubt they were good devices, we're not going to pretend they didn't carry a ton of bugs. Even though it's not ironic that bugs have become a Google signature from the very first Pixel in 2016. The Pixel 6, however, has been the most bug-infested. While the bugs mentioned earlier are overwhelming, we must commend the guys at Google for working round the clock to bring fixes to almost all of them, although there's doubt as to whether their updates really changed anything. More on those released updates and their end results coming shortly. Touch unresponsiveness. Similar to the earlier screen malfunction, another of the Pixel 6 bugs that users didn't expect was the screen being unresponsive to touch input. Several users reported the screen turning unresponsive after each battery drop as a frustrating Pixel 6 problem. A battery drop from 84% to 83% means that the screen will be unresponsive for some time. Gosh, we can't even bring ourselves to imagine spending $799 on a device for it to become defunct in the worst place possible, the screen. Palm face to Google. If you are fond of reviews like this where we focus on the unpleasant sides, subscribe to Gadget Score and get to know when we upload Microsoft Surface Go 3 video. DAC attacks. DAC, meaning digital to analog converter, is an audio module that turns audio files on user phones into analog signals. Furthermore, the process involves several complicated mathematics, which tries to make the copy of a copy sound similar to the original file, although much of the audio data is beyond our hearing capabilities. Nonetheless, it appears Pixel 6 buyers tend to cross over into both categories quite often. Despite this, neither of the phones has been able to take advantage of loftier sound quality since they were launched, and as time treaded on, it has grown to become one of the most notable Pixel 6 issues. Don't be shocked by the DAC problems yet. There's even more shocking news of when an update also caused a signal loss in some devices coming shortly. A few users got some of their issues fixed with the January update. Has any of the updates fixed your Pixel 6 issues so far? If you were among the lucky ones, give this video a thumbs up and a dislike if you weren't among the lucky club. Fingerprint failures. In the same way as the screen errors, the fingerprint sensor on the Pixel 6 is very slow and erratic, which is probably the most significant imperfection surrounding these devices. With brands like Samsung providing ultrasonic fingerprint readers with very high consistency, it does not take expertise to recognize how much a letdown the Pixels is. As if having an inconsistent fingerprint sensor wasn't enough, many users noted that their device could be unlocked by other fingerprints than theirs, hence worsening the never-ending list of Pixel 6 problems. Security features should be the last, if anything, to fail in the tech gadget. Just imagine being Google, marketing how fast and secure your latest fingerprint tech is only for users to buy, and it doesn't even work. We'd be so embarrassed. But hey, it's their first Tensor and first attempt at a flagship, so let's give them the benefit of the doubt, at least. Notwithstanding the significant issues mentioned earlier in the video, other minor issues on the Pixel 6 include broken always-on display. Tweaking animation setting in developer options breaks the always-on display feature. Screen flickers. The screen began to flicker a month barely after launch, showing abnormal on-off behavior. Ghost dialing. Users received and inadvertently made ghost calls, which means receiving a call with no one on the other end or making a call unknowingly, leaving the recipient on the phone unanswered. Broken adaptive refresh. The Pixel 6 cannot adjust its refresh rate. For most reports, the phone is stuck at 60 Hz instead of maximizing its 120 Hz capability. Do you own a Pixel? Which of these bugs did you face? Tell us in the comments. Google update fixes. Google has fixed, or partly fixed, a few of the Pixel 6 problems. The January patch, released by Google after its December patch failed. Google included fixes in the December patch, which, despite arriving late, was expected to bring firmness to the plaque of Pixel 6 bugs. Sadly, the December patch caused even more issues, including reduced signal strength, making it nearly inconceivable to get phone calls. Many Pixel 6 owners complained online about never getting this update after its release, leading many to assume things. Google eventually said they stopped the rollout of the December patch and compensated for that by releasing a big January update that brought some relief. Loss of signal. The inconsistent fingerprint, screen flicker, ghost dialing, broken always-on display, refresh rate woes, among others, have all been successfully fixed, with only a handful of problems pending resolution. Google promises to release a massive update sometime in the summer to bring finality to outstanding bugs. That is all about Google and their palm-faced Pixel 6 series. If you want more exciting tech coverages, you should consider watching this Microsoft Surface Go 3 Surface Go Buyer's Guide. Thank you for spending time with us. We'll see you in our next video.